this might be the video that makes me or that breaks me. Let's pop the bubble. I am Roxanne Miller, and I'm really happy to see you again back on my channel. In May of this year, I decided that I do want to level up, and I knew for sure that, like any other growth process, is going to be painful. And a few events actually happened and showed me that growth is really painful, especially when it's self-fulfilled prophecy. In May of this year, when I said I want to level up, I thought I want better bedspreads. I want more linen in my wardrobe. I want more and more and more and more and more and more of that and that and that and that. Better quality for the products that I'm using, better quality for my skincare, better quality for anything, but everything was related to external bringing in and not looking inwards. And somehow I was looking inwards because finally I understood that I am worthy of good things. But I was also putting myself down because I was not in the spot where I was able to achieve all these things. And I have this thing that I still want to change, is that I used to brag that I cannot go in a mall and get out of there with just one blouse or just one t-shirt. I either go with like 5 bags and I'm completely exhausted and drained, either I'm not going in at all. And this kind of shopping addiction happened also for the online purchases as well. So I was thinking that I deserve better things, but I was putting myself down because I was not willing to pay for the better things. But also, let's fucking be real about it, I was not able to afford those. This summer, even though I had my company for years now, and I've been working with the same bank for years now, they decided this summer that they do not want to work with me anymore. But for that, before reaching that conclusion, they actually held my payments for a while. So I had to borrow money from friends and family and stuff like that to be able to survive. And that is when it hit me, I have zero ideas about what it means to be savvy with your money, because I realized that I have been living paycheck to paycheck for my entire career, and it was even more painful when I realized that I'm 33, I am an established corn star, and I have nothing to show for it. Because my company is set in a way that I declare some of the things that I buy for content. It's for the clothes, for the cosmetics. I actually don't buy those with my own money. I buy those with the money of the company, which is a huge relief, honestly, in my spendings. But it took me 5 years to understand that my money are my money and the company's money are the company's money. And it's actually quite difficult to understand that the money that you're making are the money that you're paying yourself. And for a very long time I didn't pay myself, and I pay myself dividends, but it's not the same with giving yourself a salary and obviously pay the taxes for it and stuff like that. And that took a lot of discipline out of me, and it's going to be a long process for plenty of content creators, because only now it's like forced for the countries in Europe to actually declare, for every kind of content creator to declare their income, and the platforms they work with have to declare as well. So there is no under the table anymore, and it's going to be rough on them because when you're not used to pay taxes for years and all of a sudden you have to pay the taxes, and you start to think, oh, but the state was not here with me when I was stuff and stuff and stuff, and it's going to be difficult, but hopefully some of them will wake up and will save some money for the taxes because they won't be cheap, and hopefully they will come to a deeper understanding of money concepts before it's too late. All these influencer content creating also dragged me into a thing that's quite it's a wheel. It's a mouse wheel. It's really hard to get off it once you got on. I would look at things and see, like clothes, right? I would look at clothes and see them in a specific kind of content, see them in a specific kind of video, see them in a specific kind of photos. And I would buy 10, 15, 20 of these outfits inspired with dopamine exceeding all natural levels because I'm getting these outfits and I'm going to create this amazing content and it's going to be delicious and people will love it. And I'm starting to write the scripts, I'm starting to write down the ideas, and then when the outfits arrive, here comes the paralysis. It's a very draining process in which you have a list of the things you want to do. You are excited about all of them. You have the outfits and everything that you have ready, but then you cannot start everything and you're drained because whatever you're going to do is going to drain you because you have, like, if you have 10 videos to shoot, it's going to be draining in the sense that you start one but it's just one, like it's not fifth, right? And this decision paralysis is real. And I thought a few years ago, I thought, I cannot do this because I don't have that, and I cannot do that because I don't have the other thing, and everything was linked with the lack of. And then when I started having the things that I was lacking before, I was like, yeah, but I'm not gonna do this because I have to set up the lights and I don't have the energy now and stuff like that. I little did I know that in there it was also my ADHD. So with the creatives, I see the signs of it quite a lot. And even my friends who are artists, I see that, like, we bonded on ADHD. And it's really, really difficult to stay consistent when everything you do is related to dopamine and external validation. And it's really, really hard to validate yourself. Which is another thing that I wanted to touch. When you become a content creator, when you become an influencer, when you become somebody a musician, you gotta have, how I used to say in my 20s, balls. You gotta have guts to do that. And I'm not talking like disillusion. No. I'm talking about you gotta be sure you know what you're getting into. Like, people will get you down every way they can. It's so much easier to put somebody down than to lift somebody up because it takes the other person to be a bigger man, to be a better person. And it's really hard. Like, it's really easier to put somebody down and make ourselves feel better because the other person is not quite where it can be, and this is one of the things that if you want to start a career as a content creator or as an influencer, is going to have to be a big part of it. your mental health related to the things that you're doing, because it's a process. It's a never ending process. Ideas come all the time. You write them down, you forget about them, you create content, and then it's not good enough, and then you see another content creator, and then you are definitely not good enough, and then somebody says something nasty, and then you're down and you don't do anything anymore, not even stuff that you used to like. So it's important, it's very, very important to have that figured out. Can you handle it? Do you have the balls for it? This weekend, I went on a trip to the mountains to visit my family, and when I got the train tickets, I got the space in the train, the chairs with the numbers and stuff, and I got to my chair, and there was a young 20 something lady who was sitting on my chair, and I said, "Hey, that's my spot." And she was like, "Well, you can sit by me, because if I sit down, I'm not getting up." Ooh, this is not a matter of I licked it is mine. So of course I wasn't the better person, I wasn't the bigger person, and I made her get up. And somehow I was really proud of me, because in my people pleasing period, I would have said, "Oh, okay, you know what, you just snarked at me, so I'm just gonna be little and sit down and shut the fuck up." And I didn't. Um, and obviously after that I was thinking, this is me being mature. Irony is not lost on me. Definitely not. But the thing is, this entitlement, like, pay me because I'm breathing. No. It can't be like that. You are living out of people's extra money. You and I are living out of people's guilt-free spending. We gotta see the blessing in it. We gotta be humble enough and see the freaking blessing in it. Of course, if your persona in the content is a freaking goddess who is basically paid for breathing, yeah, but in your external manifestation, be fucking grateful for it. And I got really intense here because I'm using the F word a lot. But the thing is, I have seen this happening a lot. Like, people taking people for granted so easily, and it's upsetting me. It's really upsetting me. Like, if somebody just paid you, I don't know, let's say $100 for a video, of course you're going to spend some time doing it. Like, makeup and hair will take time, deciding what to wear will take time, to speak with that person will take time, you know, to understand all the details of the content that the person wants. But on the other hand, it's not like you're, well, you might be busting it. I don't know what people do for $100. I know what I do. But the thing is, that person paid something, and you have the moral obligation to bring value for the money that that person spent. To me, that's mandatory. If I'm going to do, if the person asks me to be bored for $100, I'll be the best kind of bored. But I will not be bored just because that's only what he paid. First of all, that's what you asked. You want to be less bored for more money, ask for more money. But Also understand that once you start to ask for a lot more money, you have to bring a lot more to the table, more value to the table. Be it light, be it the way you dress up, be it the way you actually behave. And I'm thinking that if you are a spoiled and brat and not the hot kind, you are going to be the same and leave a bad taste in people's mouth at every single price range. Also, speaking about people's guilt-free spending money, um, 2 weeks ago, there was a guy that asked for a video from me, and then he said he doesn't have proper Wi-Fi. If I could send the video in XYZ fashion, where he can pay. Am I willing to negotiate? And then he says, you know what? I've been scammed a lot. Why don't you do the video and then I pay you? I said, I don't usually do that, but to establish a little bit of faith in humanity, I will do it. So I did it. And then he said, can you send me a screenshot of it? And I sent him a small thumbnail screenshot because I've been scammed too. So I'm taking precautions. So I sent him this tiny thumbnail. And then he said, can you do it when you have the oil on it, on yourself? And I was like, you know what? I already did my fair share. And I mean, in the moment when you're going to pay, I'm going to send you the video. And then he proceeds to tell me that he didn't eat since yesterday. His last money of $50 that he's going to pay me with. And he's been homeless since yesterday morning. And I was shocked. Like, this dude doesn't have... If this situation is real and not a scam, pretend. So the dude doesn't have a home, but he has the time to... He didn't eat, but he... Dude, check your priorities. I'm not going to, I'm not having a corn charity, no. If I really want to do charity, I'm going to go to a kids hospital or a church or whatever other kind of charity, but not this kind of charity. Like, what I'm doing, what I'm selling, what I'm creating is a luxury. Is something you can live without. And yes, I'm very aware of the fact that I might make people aware with this and make them buy less. I'm hoping it's going to be all right for me after this. But the thing is, if you cannot afford Louis Vuitton, you are not going to buy Louis Vuitton. If you can't afford Valentino, you're not going to buy Valentino. If you can't afford Gucci, Prada, whatever, you're not going to buy that. Most of the people will buy the fake things that they do with the corn as well. And that is why they get scammed and all that. I'm not saying the good quality models don't do their fair share of BS, but it's, for a well-established model, content creator, star, is going to be less of betraying their brand for a small amount of money or for a big amount of money, for whatever. So if you cannot afford a service, out of your free spending money, guilt-free spending money, after you paid all the bills, after you paid your mortgage, then if you really want that and if it really makes you happy, save for it. I do understand that people live from paycheck to paycheck. I became really freaking aware of how expensive the cost of living is, and I'm not living in America. I mean, if here, for a small family who takes care of the spendings, it became really expensive, up to $400-500 for a month of groceries. And I'm speaking here with meal planning, with buying just the things on the list with which you're cooking so you're not throwing out food. And I'm not speaking about snacks and pop soda and stuff like that. I'm speaking only healthy from scratch cooking at home. Not adding restaurants or getting out. I'm not adding all that. No alcohol is involved and no bottled water, because we can also use filters to filter the tap water. So if I am aware of the cost of living, you as a customer should be too. Another misconception is that if you pay me, I have to do whatever you ask me to. No. No. Because that's abuse. I'm going to do only the things that I want to do in the price range I told you about or that I have properly arranged on the platform. And if you think that you are going to make me do more than I do by adding, I don't know, 10 extra dollars, it's not going to happen. Like, there have been things that I haven't done my entire career. Do you really think that the 10 extra dollars will make me change my mind? Also, another thing is, plenty of people, when they met me, they said, I wouldn't have taken you for a content creator or a corn star. And I was like, why? Am I not wearing the uniform? And it seems like, yeah, but it's also valid for the influencers. The cosmetic surgery, the platinum blonde, the tattoos, like sleeves and stuff like that. I do have tattoos, and people find them artsy because they are old school kind of tattoos. And I do came to an understanding of why I did those tattoos. It's not something that I'm going to continue to do. And the last one is this one, which is from Little Prince and then Faith, Faith, Faith. And this is the moment when I started actually my journey. This is the last bit of physical pain that I had to feel before I realized that I need to actually heal inside of me to not be in the need of creating myself physical pain. So to me, it's like this. Some other people cut themselves. I tattooed myself. So people told me you do not look the part. And also it's this other thing that, as I told you in the beginning, I have 14 years of career and nothing to show for it, and that is because I always thought small. Really, really small. I didn't allow myself to make a lot of money, to not attract attention, to not allow my compulsion for shopping to go overboard, in the sense of, if I would have spent, I don't know, 100 euros on 5 pair of jeans, that would have been like okay, because I would have to justify to my family and other friends a pair of $20 of jeans, right? But how would I have justified a Chanel bag or a Gucci bag or whatever, something expensive like that? How would I have justified a Mercedes or something luxurious? So, in order for myself to not justify all of this, because for plenty of years nobody around me knew what I was doing, and that's how I also alienated plenty of people around me, because once they started to figure out, I didn't know if they were around me for my status, for the fact that I was willing to treat them with drinks and stuff like that, or for me. So I kind of become alone for that. I recently started having new friends, and I'm still struggling with it because I made myself very aware of, BS around the people, and I'm struggling with coping with it, with understanding that I have my own BS, people have their own BS, and if in a Venn diagram we have the same kind of BS, then we can function as a friendship. And to me, that's pretty difficult to understand. But this kind of behavior, plus the shopping, plus the limiting myself, got me to the point where I was really disappointed in myself and in my decisions and in my way of looking at things. And I decided that if I am to love myself, I have to change some things and behaviors, and it's as difficult as quitting smoking, and I know because I've done it, and I have to congratulate myself for that. And I know that from now on, plenty of the way I do the things are going to change. I'm going to stop excusing myself and to allow myself all this procrastination under the umbrella of ADHD and under the umbrella of you don't know what happened to me when I was little. I'm done with it. Like, I'm 33. I've been living on my own since I was 19. From then on, I am the only one who is to be not blamed, but more like I gotta be my own man. Like, I have to own my decisions. I have to own the things that I did and the things that I said. And if I want things to get better and to actually have a beautiful life from now on, I'm not saying I'm not now. I am, and I'm blessed, and I am for sure freaking blessed to be able to be in the middle of the day when people are working. There is a dude cutting the grass there in a beautiful park in a beautiful weather, filming this just to confess the things that I've learned and the things that I'm feeling. So, whew, yeah, from now on, good things are going to happen. I need structure. I am creating structure. I'm going to take you on this journey because I know for sure there are plenty of people like me who need structure, plenty of people like me who need to understand that creative process needs structure, that creative process needs plenty of things, but we can get creative even with those. And I've seen it happening when I was doing wedding photography with one lens on my camera, and other people had like 3 cameras, 500 kind of lenses, and yet my pictures were more consistent and real, because it was my core in it and not the technology that was using it. So this thing where I don't have that and that and that is going to stop. The excuses of not having resources are going to stop, because I am literally lying if I say I'm not having XYZ. Well, if there is something really really specific, because I've been asked for stuff like really really specific, that's going to be a no. But I can say no to doing stuff that actually I have to you know, put the effort of 100 people to get it done. I'm not gonna do that. I respect myself and my time. And I started to love myself and understand the things that I am doing and the things that I'm not doing and why. And I'm not going to shame myself for the things that I say no to. Not anymore. Whew, this video is getting super, super long. Well, another thing that I really want to touch on is the fact that all this, I started a few minutes ago to talk about the content creator uniform, and then I digressed. The thing is, we are tempted to feel less than, and we are always tempted to look at ourselves in the micro and see the issue on the lips, the issue on the eyes, the issue on the eyebrows, and all the nose, the breasts, the belly, the ass, the feet, the legs. I worked at some point in a studio as a trainer and a photographer, and the other trainer was way younger than me, and she asked me why I'm not retouching the photo in Photoshop all the pictures, like to make them look really really glamorous. And I said, because it's not the girls, it's not how they look like. Why sell something that is fake? Like, people will see one click away 30 pounds or 60 pounds difference and 20 years of difference because of my Photoshop skills. That's not going to do a favor to the other models who are working like that. It's not, I don't have the skills of retouching videos like that, for instance. So why would I do that on photos and lie? You know? And then other models asked me, because I have the belly, why don't you do a tummy tuck? I'm not, because you know what? I've seen people with so many surgeries. I have seen people with so many botched jobs. And then they would work on themselves to convince themselves that those botched surgeries look better than they were looking natural. And it breaks my heart. I know I have flaws. I know I have things I should change. Actually, not should. No. I know I have things that are not perfect. But guess what? I've learned that these not perfect things make me who I am, make me special. Like, even the quirky things, they're me. This is how I am. And this is what makes people around me, friends of mine, want to be around me. Because they know that one way or another, I'm going to say something stupid that's going to make them laugh and make their days brighter. They know that one way or another, I'm going to have a very introspective question that will make them think and will help them grow. They know that one way or another, we have an exchange of energy that helps all of us, and it's in favor of all of us. And that's the only people that I kept around me, and there are few, and for a while there weren't any. And I was asked about surgeries, right? was even asked why I don't get a gastric sleeve. And the thing is, in my opinion, these kind of surgeries, they do not operate on your brain as well. They don't. It's for nothing if you're eating 5 bites of food, if those 5 bites of food consist of thousands of calories. It's for nothing. That surgery, this gastric sleeve, is not going to teach you self-love. No. The gastric sleeve is not going to teach you a healthy food routine. The gastric sleeve is not going to teach you that you have to be mindful and aware of the things that you ingest. Might it be through here or through here or through here. No kind of surgery will do that. So I am thinking that I should actually work on my core, on the way that I'm living my life and understand life and understand people, rather than do something that will actually deepen my self-hatred. And I'm not talking BS right now. I've seen it happening in my family. People do not talk about it because people don't like it when they are wrong. People don't like it when they committed a mistake. And in most of the cases, gastric sleeve, for instance, is one big mistake. And it's painful, and it's costing, and it's damaging. Plenty of people are not told they have to get vitamins. I do love water. I love drinking water. To not be able to drink water more than 5 sips, to me would be, it's not something I'd like to live with. So if I want to lose weight, I'm going to look inside of me and see what's triggering me to eat things that I'm not supposed to eat, that are not healthy, that are not good for my body. But I'm not saying this that I'm better than others. No, I've seen it happening and it's painful. Now, to touch on one last thing, if you are a man and you are watching corn, please do not spend more than you can. If you are a woman and your man watches corn, I don't know if to encourage you in being curious about it, because I don't know if you want to look under that rock. If you are a person who looks into creating content or wants to become an influencer and stuff like that, please make sure you really want to do it. It's not easy, it's draining a lot, and you got to learn skills. Actually, you have to learn the skills of around 10 jobs to do it. Thank you very much for sticking up until this point. For me, it's been a blessing to be able to do this video and to talk about these subjects, because they are really difficult and plenty of people do not speak about those because they're a very sensitive subject, and in today's society it's really difficult to speak our minds. So if you have any thoughts, please leave comments because I really would like to know what you think about the subjects that I touched. And you can subscribe, you can press the bell button, you can check my content and all that, all my socials, and I'll see you at the next one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget that you're really, really loved and appreciated. I'm Roxanne Miller. See you next time.